This healthy breakfast is making seniors fat and tired. They tell you breakfast is the most important meal, but that first bite could be stealing your energy and your waistline. A 2019 nutrition study found 70% of seniors ate processed breakfasts. What that number means is worse than you think. Picture a kitchen at a.m. A sleepy hand reaches for a box of cereal, a cup of sugary coffee, pre-packaged pastries line the counter. It looks harmless, it looks easy, it looks like self-care, but the truth hides in the wrappers. These quick choices trigger blood sugar chaos, inflammation, and relentless fatigue. They also tell your body to store fat, not burn it. Stay with me and you will learn the single swap that reduces morning fatigue, a surprising food seniors should avoid even when healthy, and a tiny routine that flips your metabolism by noon. No gimmicks, just science and a real person's wake-up call. If you want that 2-week breakfast plan and the exact swap to try tomorrow, like the video, subscribe now and drop what you eat for breakfast in the comments. Share this with an older loved one, they need to hear it. Point 1. The healthy cereal trap. Why it looks safe. The box screams whole grain and fortified. It feels like the smart, safe choice. It is fast, stores well. Grandma grew up on cereal. The colors reassure you. The mascots charm you. The nutrition panel shows vitamins. It reads like a shortcut to health, hidden truth or danger. Most commercial cereals are sugar disguised as nutrition. The carbs hit fast, blood sugar spikes, insulin surges, energy crashes follow. Those quick crashes train your body to demand more quick carbs. You reach for another snack, your appetite resets to craving. Your day becomes a chain of highs and lows. Over weeks, repeated spikes teach the body to hold on to fat. The same low-fat marketing that sells cereal as light actually invites overeating. Portion sizes are tiny on the box. The bowl you pour is not. 1 serving becomes 2. The calories add up before coffee cools. A 2016 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that diets high in refined breakfast carbs were linked to increased body fat and daytime sleepiness in older adults. Evelyn, 72, thought switching to whole grain cereals would help. She felt virtuous bringing the new box home. For the first month she lost a little weight, the scale smiled, then the afternoons changed, exhaustion became normal, tasks took longer, her patience thinned, her doctor asked for blood sugar tests, the results showed repeated spikes and dips, not diabetes yet, but a metabolic pattern that invites weight and fatigue. Evelyn was baffled. She expected age, not a breakfast culprit. Her simple swap was not dramatic. She traded the flakes for scrambled eggs, a piece of fruit, and a few nuts. Protein first, fat that fills, fiber that steadies. Within 2 weeks she reported clearer mornings, sharper thinking after lunch, and fewer naps. Clothes fit better. Her confidence returned. If cereal is dangerous disguised as healthy, the next breakfast must have looks pure and is even sneakier. Point 2. The smoothie and juice illusion. Why it looks safe. Smoothies shout fruit and greens. Fruit feels pure, glass of juice feels virtuous. They are quick. Instagram loves them. Health coaches promote them. Hidden truth or danger. Blending and juicing shred or remove the fiber that normally slows sugar into your blood. That pretty green glass becomes a sugar bomb. Liquid sugar hits the bloodstream fast. Insulin rushes in response. Energy spikes. Then collapses. Worse, liquid fruit delivers concentrated fructose straight to the liver. The liver turns excess fructose into fat, over weeks and months that builds stubborn belly fat and drags down energy. Smoothies also hide calories. A small smoothie can equal 2 or 3 pieces of fruit plus yogurt, honey, or protein powder. You sip without realizing you have just doubled your morning calories. The result: weight creep, mid-afternoon fog, and afternoons that fade into naps. A 2018 metabolic study showed that liquid fruit sugar raises triglycerides and liver fat faster than whole fruit. George, 68, bragged about his green smoothie ritual. He would blend spinach, a banana, a splash of orange juice, and a scoop of protein. He felt good about getting his greens. At first nothing felt wrong. Then his belt tightened. By month 3, his midday energy cratered. He felt foggy during phone calls and struggled to finish puzzles he once loved. He blamed age. His doctor ran tests and found rising triglycerides and fatty changes in his liver. George switched. He kept the spinach but ate it in an omelette. He replaced the banana with a half apple and added plain Greek yogurt for protein. He kept a small glass of water with lemon for ritual, not calories. Within a fortnight his waist softened. The fog lifted. He stopped reaching for the couch at 2. Practical tip. If you crave a smoothie, make it a meal, not a drink. Add protein and whole food fats. Include whole fruit, not juice, or better, chew your fruits. Your body prefers it. You would think skipping sugar solves it. But the next breakfast villain is hiding where you would least expect it. Point 3. Low-fat dairy and packaged pastries. Why it looks safe. Low-fat yogurt, fat-free milk, and pre-made muffins sound responsible. Labels promise fewer calories. They whisper heart-healthy. They fit the image of healthy aging. They sit on shelves with salad bars. They look like the better choice, hidden truth or danger. To keep flavor after stripping fat, manufacturers add sugar, starches, and thickeners. Fat-free often equals sugar-full. Calories hide where you do not expect them. Empty calories leave you hungry sooner. You reach for another snack. Over months, muscle mass wanes while fat climbs. Worse, low-quality carbs and extra sugar worsen insulin sensitivity. For seniors already losing muscle, that is a dangerous double hit. A 2017 cohort study linked diets high in processed low-fat dairy and pastries with increased central adiposity in older adults. Maria, 75, trusted the clinic. She picked the fat-free yogurt and a blueberry muffin because it felt like a treat. It was routine. At first, nothing dramatic happened. Then her balance started to wobble. Her morning walks shortened. The scale crept up around her middle. Her doctor flagged rising fasting glucose and subtle losses in muscle mass. Maria assumed it was menopause and years catching up. Her daughter suggested an experiment. Maria swapped the fat-free yogurt for full-fat plain yogurt and traded the muffin for a small portion of oats with walnuts. She added a spoonful of olive oil to her scrambled eggs for flavor and sat down to chew. Within weeks she noticed less mid-morning hunger. Her knees felt steadier on the stairs. Labs showed stabilizing glucose. She felt stronger. Practical tip. Choose whole, minimally processed dairy when you tolerate it. Full-fat Greek yogurt keeps you fuller. Add nuts for protein and healthy fats. Skip pre-made muffins and pastries. Bake once a week if you want a treat, then portion it. Eat slowly. Chewing matters. I will show you a single breakfast pattern that avoids all three traps and a tiny habit seniors can adopt tomorrow that changes everything. Point 3. Low-fat dairy and packaged pastries expanded. Why it looks safe. Low-fat yogurt, fat-free milk, and pre-made muffins sound responsible. Labels promise fewer calories. They whisper heart-healthy. They fit the image of healthy aging. They sit on shelves next to salads. They look like the better choice. For caregivers and busy mornings, they feel convenient and harmless, hidden truth or danger. To keep flavor after stripping fat, manufacturers add sugar, starches, and thickeners. Fat-free often equals sugar-full. Calories hide where you do not expect them. Empty calories leave you hungry sooner. You reach for another snack. Over months, muscle mass wanes while fat climbs. Worse, low-quality carbs and added sugar worsen insulin sensitivity. That accelerates central fat gain, the kind that sits around organs and steals energy. Fat also plays a real role in appetite control, hormone balance, and nutrient absorption. Remove it and your body signals eat more. That is how a light breakfast becomes a metabolic trap. Portion distortion adds insult. One muffin is rarely one serving. The small cup of yogurt with a sugary swirl is a calorie bomb in disguise. A 2017 cohort study linked diets high in processed low-fat dairy and pastries with increased central adiposity in older adults. Maria, 75, trusted the clinic. She picked the fat-free yogurt and a blueberry muffin because it felt like a treat. It was routine. Weeks turned into months. The muffin became automatic after appointments. Her morning walks shortened because she felt heavier. Her balance tests showed subtle decline. The scale crept up around her middle. Her doctor flagged rising fasting glucose and subtle losses in muscle mass. Maria felt guilty and blamed menopause and age. She felt ashamed to admit she had been trying to be healthy. Her daughter pushed gently. Try 1 week differently. Maria agreed. She swapped the fat-free yogurt for full-fat plain Greek yogurt, stirred in a handful of walnuts, and replaced the muffin with a small bowl of oats topped with berries. She added a spoonful of olive oil to her scrambled eggs for satiety and flavor. The first few days she noticed she was not hungry mid-morning. By week 2 she felt steadier on stairs and less tempted to nap after lunch. Her follow-up labs showed a modest improvement in fasting glucose. She felt empowered, not deprived. Practical tip. Actionable and gentle. Choose whole, minimally processed dairy when you tolerate it. Full-fat Greek yogurt or plain kefir keeps you fuller longer. Add nuts or seeds for protein and healthy fats. Stir them in. Eat slowly. Chewing and pacing changes hormones. Skip pre-made muffins and pastries. If you want a treat, bake one small batch and freeze individual portions. Portion control works. If you are dairy intolerant, choose unsweetened soy or oat yogurt that contains added protein, or pair plant milk with a clear protein source like eggs or legumes. Small changes: swap the muffin for a boiled egg and a piece of fruit, or trade flavored yogurt for plain yogurt plus cinnamon and a few chopped almonds. One plate can avoid all three traps. Tomorrow I will show the exact breakfast pattern that stabilizes blood sugar, protects muscle, and keeps energy high, and the tiny 5-minute habit that makes it stick, the fix. Simple, practical, immediate. Swap processed cereal for a breakfast with protein, whole food fats, and fiber. Example plate: an egg or Greek yogurt, a handful of nuts, and half an apple. Protein steadies blood sugar, fat keeps you full, fiber slows absorption. Bonus: add a 5-minute morning walk after eating. It improves glucose handling and wakes the brain. Small wins add up. Replace one meal. Track energy at noon. Track waste. If you want a step-by-step meal plan for seniors, I will include one in the pinned comment. That easy breakfast could be feeding your fatigue and your fat. One small swap in the morning can change the whole day, but the real kicker: the foods sold as healthy are often the worst offenders. If this hit home, like the video now and subscribe for more eye-opening health truths. Answer these 3 questions in the comments. I read them all. 1. What do you eat for breakfast right now? 2. Would you try one of the swaps for 2 weeks? 3. Which healthy breakfast lies did you believe for years? Share this with an older family member who still reaches for boxed cereal.